Good evening and welcome in everybody to Highland High School, the home of the Highland Bulldogs, as we welcome you to Mascoutah Indians basketball on the Mascoutah Indian Sports Network. We're on the road tonight as the Indians take on the rival Bulldogs. I'm Owen Dressler, everybody. We thank you so much for joining us. Glad to have you with us for this rivalry game in the Mississippi Valley Conference, as the Indians and the Dogs meet for the second time this year, a month and a half after the Bulldogs took down the Indians in overtime back on December 6th. But a lot has happened since that game. Now, some of you may remember that game, and if you haven't seen it yet, go and watch it. It was a thriller of a game. In that game, it is available at our YouTube channel, Mascoutah Indians Sports Network. But that is not on the Indians' mind. All that is on the mind of the Mascoutah Indians head coach Cole Shoemaker is tonight, as they come into this game looking to pick up win number 11, and more importantly, their third win in the MVC. They come in again, a 10-5 record. They took down the Madison Trojans Tuesday night. That was at home, a blowout win over the Trojans. And now they come into the night looking to get things done in conference in the back end of the Mega Night. Highland, they come into tonight, a 10-9 record. And they are in a two-game winning streak of their own, as they took down Waterloo last Friday and Granite City earlier this week. So certainly a big game for these two teams, trying to assert themselves in terms of conference play. So it's a big one. Bulldogs and the Indians, and of course it's a rivalry game. This is two teams that hate each other. I don't know if I don't really know if there's a bigger rivalry in the MVC. And tonight these two teams look to do battle here in Highland. We're going to take our first break. We'll take a look at the MVC and how things stand there when we come back on the Indian Sports Network.
New to Mascoutah but open since 1972, Joe's Pizza has plenty to offer. No matter what you're in the mood for, Joe's Pizza has a variety of options for you. Check out their handmade pizzas, pastas, subs, salads, and wings located at 215 East Main in Mascoutah. Along with their delicious food, Joe's has friendly workers, a clean and safe environment, and fast and efficient service. Don't just take our word for it, look at many reviews left by members of our own community. Available for delivery or carryout. Joe's Pizza, where every bite feels like home.
Keeping your things rolling on here on the Indian Sports Network as we keep things moving. Indians come into this game with a record of 10-5, trying to get things rocking and rolling. And looking for their third conference victory. They come into the night 2-2 at MVC play. It's a big game tonight for these two squads. Take a look at what is going on around the Mississippi Valley tonight. The Indians enter this game, again, 2-2 in conference. They had beaten Triad and Jerseyville both on the road. They fell to Waterloo on the road just before Christmas, and then Highland they fell to at home back in early December. So if we look at how things shake up right now in the conference, Waterloo 14-4, they're 4-1 in the MVC. Highland is tied for the first in the conference, 10-9 overall, but they are 4-1 in conference play. In fact, their only loss, I believe, is to Waterloo. I'll double check that here in just a moment. Yes, their only loss to Waterloo. Triad 13-5. They're in third place in the conference, 3-2. Now, part of the reason the Indians have only, you may be noticing, the Indians have only played 4 conference games. Everybody else in the conference has played 5. Now, that is because last Friday with the snow and ice in the area, the Indians and the Pacific Memorial Eagles did not play. Everybody else in the conference did play last week. So everybody else in the conference has 5 conference games other than Mascoutah and CM, who falls just behind Mascoutah in 5th place in the conference at 10-6 and 1-3 in conference action. And then Jerseyville comes in at 7-12 overall and an 0-5 conference record to this point so far. That's where things stack up. The Indians playing really good basketball right now. They have won 7 out of their last 10 games. And this would be a massive road win for them in conference. They did not win in Highland last year. In fact, they fell to Highland at both. However, they did beat Highland at home last year. It's a big game tonight. They could really use the victory after the blowout win. A little confidence booster coming off a blowout win to what was clearly a lesser team. Very clearly a lesser team in the Bulldog in the Madison Trojans. But now, here come the Bulldogs of Highland, who are certainly a much better caliber of opponent than Madison. So this would be a big one. Bit of a confidence booster coming off that blowout win. They'll try to pick up the W here tonight. It's the Indians and the Bulldogs. Switching gears here, taking a look at statistics. The Indians come into this game with averaging 57 points per game. That's a very good number so far this year. And they're only allowing just over 50 a game. So really, really good numbers, outscoring their opponents by nearly 7 points a game. That's a very good number. They're also shooting the ball very well, 43% from the floor, field goal wise. And the Indians, this is one thing that is just absolutely mind-boggling to me, is the fact that they are shooting, the Indians are, over 50% from beyond the three-point line. I'm going to repeat that for those fans who may be thinking, certainly I'm wrong, and I am not. I double and triple checked this information today because I couldn't believe it the first time I saw it. The Indians are shooting over 50% from the three, from beyond the three-point line. They have been lights out with long from distance, and that has been where they have shined. And so that is something really fun and exciting to keep in mind as we move along in this game tonight, is how good they have been from distance so far in 2024 and 2025. They've also been very good in the turnover game. They are only averaging they're averaging under 9 turnovers a game. That's a very good, solid number to be averaging at this point in the year. Yeah, under 9 turnovers a game, really good number right there. as well. Highland, though, has also been decent in the turnover game. 9.8 turnovers per game for the Highland Bulldogs. So these are two teams, they don't turn the ball over. They're disciplined with the basketball. They both play strong, possessive basketball. Highland, on the other hand, 51 points per game, so they're not as good as the Indians. Their defense, though, has been better than the Tribes. They only allow 47 points a game, coming up closer to 48. Either way, still lower than the Indians, so we'll see how that fares against each other. They shoot the same as the Indians, 43.9%. Not nearly as proficient from beyond the three-point line, just 29.8%. However, they are 3% better when you put them at the stripe. The Indians 67% at the line, at the free throw line, and the Bulldogs at the charity stripe are 70%. Haven't gotten starters put up yet. We'll see if those get put up here in just a moment, here in the next couple of minutes. Hopefully they do, and we can get those going for you, we hope. At the moment, both teams are still out. On the floor warming up as we are, the clock reading right now, just over under 90 seconds until we tip things off. So coming up on tip-off here in Mascoutah, Coach Cole Schumacher's got his boys ready and raring to go. The Indians starting to matriculate their way over to the bench. And there is the buzzer telling everybody final minute, 1 minute warning. And so we are ready to go. It's the Indians and the Bulldogs. Pre-game show is over. Tip-off is next. It's the Indians, the Bulldogs. We'll be back in just a moment on the Indian Sports Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Highland High School for tonight's Mississippi Valley Conference Boys Basketball Contest between the Mascoutah Indians and your Highland Bulldogs. Before meeting our starters, would you please stand if you are able and kindly remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. now the starting lineups first for the visiting Mascoutah Indians. 5'9" Trevor, 6
And we say welcome back. The Indians and the Bulldogs getting ready to get underway as we say as the Bulldogs are being announced right now and just about set to get started. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. For the Indians, they'll go with their regular five. Hollins, Harris, McCoo, Crumble, Smith. It's the regular starting five. And for Highland, it will be Carter Holdhouse, Will Jansen, Grant Fleming, Garen Stone, and Braxton Decker. So we are ready to go. The Bulldogs and the Indians should be a good one tonight. It was a thriller back in Mascoutah earlier, back in early December. It was a thriller then. Now tonight, looking to see if the Indians can pull up yet another thriller. Braxton Decker will go up against Matthew Smith on the opening tip-off. And we will see how this one begins tonight. Should be a fun one. We're glad you're with us here. Highland will take the opening tip, and we're underway. It's coming up the floor. Garen Stone, he hit the three that sent the game to overtime in December. Carter Holdhouse gonna look inside. Stone will go to work against Smith, and he puts it in for two, and the Bulldogs strike first. Holland's gonna go up the floor with it here for the Indians. He'll get it over to Smith. Smith gets it over. Dana McCoo gonna look to drive. Now kicks it back out. Corey Harris bounce back to the corner. Smith looks inside. Double team. Pass across Crumble. Crumble left corner. Back out Harris. Harris looks right. Dribbling to the left. Goes left for Crumble. Crumble in the corner. Now takes it to the wing. Gives it to Harris. Harris drives into the lane. And he's going to travel and the ball go the other way. Semi-decent ball movement there for the Indians, but not quite able to get it enough. Will Jansen going to inbound a basketball. Grant Fleming will bring it up the floor. Fleming going to go to the left, going to go to the right side. He'll take it back. Jansen gives it over. Fleming between the circles gives it over for Holdhouse. Holdhouse has to pull up on a drive. Kicks this ball back out for Braxton Decker. Decker bounce passes it in for Stone. Stone goes up high, now into the lane, goes up, and it doesn't go. And Matthew Smith able to pull down the rebound. They send it ahead for Darrell Crumble. Crumble to Smith. Smith sends it across. Harris underneath, McCoo goes up, doesn't have it. Ball gets thrown and saved. And the Bulldogs come up the other way. Decker goes around looking, finds Holdhouse. Holdhouse on the baseline, turns, shoots, no, back eye, miss. And coming down the floor is Hollins. Hollins to McCoo, who loses it, trying to drive into the lane. It gets knocked away. Down the floor, Fleming trying to go all the way, and he reverses left hand, doesn't go. And now Corey Harris the other way. 5:57 to go, we're in the first. 2-0 Highland. Harris kicks it across for Crumble. Jarrell Crumble back out. Corey Harris looks out. Crumble fakes, goes into the lane, puts up the jumper, and he knocks it down. Welcome to Highland, Jarrell Crumble. Even at 2. 5:35 to go in the first. Will Jansen gives it over to Holthouse. Holthouse. Garrett Stone looks out. Finds Fleming. Fleming spinning, turning through the lane. Lost the handle. Knocks it away, but keeps it with Highland. It's Stone now on the right wing. Stone gives it over to Fleming. Fleming with McCoo in his face. Going to hand it off to Decker, bailed him out of trouble. Holthouse now dribbling into the backcourt. 4:56 to go. They look inside. And now the ball gets stripped. It's on the floor. It's loose. Fake jumper by Fleming. Gonna dish it off. Here's a little 7-footer. No good from Jansen. And the Indians down the other way. McCoo going to work down the floor. And he will draw a foul.
Out of bounds. Well, Grant Morgan's first foul of the quarter.
First foul of the game for the Bulldogs. The guilty party, Grant Fleming. Jarrell Crumble gives it over to McCoo. McCoo can't knock down the 3. Rebound is there for Garrett Stone. Bulldogs 4.5 to play. Coming down the floor first quarter, 2-2. Looking across Stone. Gets it over to Braxton Decker. Decker pulls it out. Now kicks it to the corner for Carter Holthouse. Holthouse looks inside. Stone trying to dribble to the block. Doesn't have it. Kicks it out. Holthouse 3. And it runs around out. And the rebound for Crumble down the other way. Splits defenders. Goes up strong. Back of the iron. It didn't go. It's loose to the floor. He gets his own rebound. Gets his own rebound again. And on the third try, Crumble is fouled. He'll go to the line. Jarrell Crumble missed 3 shots. Got 2 rebounds. And on the third missed shot, he drew a foul. Foul there on Wilt Jansen. Crumble is 40% from the free throw line. He misses there. Crumble misses again to the line. Under 4 to go to first. Up the floor with it is Grant Fleming. Fleming averaging 13.3 points per game, leading this Highland team. Fleming gonna go cross court past the Holthouse. They swing it back for Decker. Decker looks back. They find Holthouse on the right wing. Now spinning, looking. Downtown Stone, iron, no good. Stephen Hollins gets the rebound. He'll come back the other way. Hollins gives it over to Crumble, who gets it to McCoo. McCoo gonna bring it back into the backcourt. Now finds Crumble right wing. Corey Harris will bring it into the backcourt to reset the Indians offense. 3:09 to go in the first. Quick pace first quarter. We've only got 2-2. It's only a 2-2 game. Here's Hollins. Finds Crumble. Crumble over to Hollins. Hollins dribbling right, now back left, trying to go. Gonna go to the lane, throws it back out for Corey Harris. The Indians will have a chance to reset. 2:46 to go, we're in the first. Crumble looks out, Hollins, left wing. Hollins steps, jumper, got it for 3! Stephen Hollins knocked it down. 5-2, Tribe on top. 2:23 to go. Braxton Decker looking to drive, kicks it down to the corner, drive inside. Here's Stone for the corner, jumper doesn't go. Hollins in there for the rebound, gonna go down the far sideline. Hollins looks, kicks out. Harris for Hollins from downtown. He put it in. Stephen Hollins again, and the Indians up 7, and the Indians up by 6. Stephen Hollins has knocked down 2 threes. He's been lights out from 3 this year. Shooting them at over 43%. Decker spinning through the lane. Gonna pull it back into the backcourt. Out between the circles. It's Holthouse. Holthouse trying to go with it. Nowhere to go. Ball stripped. We're gonna have a foul. Oh no, we're gonna have, yeah, it's a foul on the Bulldogs. Offensive foul. That one on Garen Stone. I think I saw a charging foul called. .90 seconds to go in the first. The Indians ahead by 6, 8-2. Hollins to Crumble. Crumble gonna dish it out, and we're gonna have another, and now we're gonna have an offensive foul on the Indians. This one will go against Matthew Smith. It's the Indians' first foul of the first quarter. Bulldogs coming up the floor, Braxton Decker. Decker gives it over for Stone. They look inside. Stone trying to bounce pass. It goes off Harris to Highland to McCoo. Up and in! Jaden McCoo puts it in. 8-point game. Indians a 10-0 run. 52 seconds to go in the first. Fleming trying to find the lane. Knocks down McCoo. Smith defenders. He missed the layup. Matthew Smith on a rebound. The Indians the other way. 40 seconds to play. Hollins jumper goes down. Bulldogs gonna slowly bring it up the floor. The Indians ahead 12-2. 23 seconds to go. Here's Decker. Decker hands it off for Fleming. Holthouse trying to drive. Neither team has made a sub. Ball gets knocked away. Desperation 2 doesn't go. Rebound offensively. The ball knocked away by McCoo. And now this one, and that's gonna do it. Garen Stone got a shot out with the buzzer. What an ending to the quarter. The Indians finished the first quarter on a 12-0 run. End of the first, the Indians up 12-2. We're back in a moment on the Indian Sports Network.
You don't need to compromise to lift for a great price. Just go to the gym. New Energy Fitness is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Work privately or sign up for one of the many available classes. So swipe your membership card and head right on in. And with an amazing atmosphere and community, you'll feel right at home. So for great prices, equipment, and everything else, head to 602 West Main Street. Apply now at newenergyfit.com or call 618-448-0331.
Second quarter, and the Indians ahead 12-2. 12-0 run ended out that second quarter, a outstanding first. The Indians were outstanding there in that first quarter, bringing all kinds of energy. And they will also have the ball to start the second with the possession arrow in their favor. And here we go, up the floor. Come the Indians. Jarrell Crumble. Gonna go to McCoo. McCoo with a deep two for beyond the three-point line. He's gonna get fouled. He missed the basket, but foul will be on Grant Fleming. Jaden McCoo at the line. And he misses the first one short. Brody Cunningham will check into the game for the Bulldogs. He'll send Grant Fleming to the bench. McCoo's second free throw is good. Down the floor come the Bulldogs. Holdhouse looking around, finds Decker. They go back to Holdhouse. Holdhouse looks down low for Stone. Stone dribbles, gets trouble with teams and throws it away into the Indian bench. And they're going to say it went off of Corey Harris. Said that Harris tipped it just barely. And now here is Stone. Stone will give it out for Decker. Decker gonna give it across for Jansen. Will Jansen passes it across. Now they kick it back out. Decker looks, finds Jansen. Jansen to drive to the top of the key, pulls it up, looks underneath for Macklin Belm. And Belm will get the foul. Stephen Holland's gonna get called for the foul there. And Belm will inbound underneath the basket. He'll give it up to Decker. Decker will get it out for Jansen. Jansen gets it into Stone. Stone out for Holdhouse. Holdhouse into drive. Out to Stone. Stone's going to go to the baseline. Trying to work on Smith. Now floats one away. Out the iron. Doesn't go. Kept alive by the Bulldogs. They'll keep possession. 6:42 to go in the second quarter. Thrown across by Garen Stone. Stone looks underneath. Holdhouse couldn't get to the basket. Back out to Stone to the left wing. Jansen gonna look now. Holdhouse trying to drive. Didn't get an angle to the basket. Kicks it out. Stone to the corner. Now has to go across for Braxton Decker. Decker. Looking, and now Jansen. Jansen swings it, now looks over and across. Here's a three, downtown, buried for Braxton Decker. It's 13-5. Matthew Smith trying to go to the baseline. He gets trapped down there, finds Hollins. Hollins floats one, and Stephen Hollins stays hot. It's 15-5. Hollins already with 10 of the night. Decker has the ball stolen away by Crumble. The ball ends up on the floor. He's able to get it to Corey Harris. Harris, McCoo in the corner, faked him in with a fake jump. Hollins in the corner, three ball for Harris, short. Doesn't go from the corner. Outlet pass and a break the other way, and an easy bucket there for Holdhouse. So the Bulldogs creeping back a little bit, 15-7, 5:10 to go, second quarter. Ball knocked away here. Harris gets it over to McCoo. McCoo fires it over across for Matthew Smith. Smith between the circles finds McCoo. McCoo driving, reverses to the corner for Harris, and now Harris will draw a foul. They're going to put the foul on Macklin Belm. Mattis Fern into the game for the Bulldogs. Jarrell Crumble is out. Mattis Fern now over left side, left wing. They look underneath for Smith. Holland's gonna float one, doesn't go. The rebound though gets a good ricochet, and then Mattis Fern throws it away. Decker down the floor. 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Here's Carter Powell. Gets it over to Garen Stone. 4:23. Stone floats one. Back iron miss. And the rebound going to go to the Indians. And now it's stolen back away on scramble on the floor. And we have a foul. Jada McCoo on the foul. 15-7. Indians lead the Bulldogs. 4:14 to play. Decker gives it out for Jansen. Carter Powell Powell swings it out for Decker. Decker now trying to drive, has to pull it out just a bit. Gives it over Garen Stone. Stone for Jansen. Jansen over to Braxton Decker. Decker over for Powell. And we are going to get a foul taken by Highland. And a 30-second timeout for the Bulldogs. .352 to go, second quarter. That was the first coaches-initiated timeout that we have had in this game. The first quarter, the only stoppages of the clock were on out of bounds, or on out of bounds and fouls. So this game has been flying along. 7-15, the Indians lead. Garen Stone gonna look inside for Jansen. Now over to Carter Powell. Drives into the lane, bounce pass out for Stone. Stone trying to drive, gets cut off before the basket. And then they'll get it back to Powell, who travels, and we're going to have the Indians bring it back the other way. Corey Harris coming up the floor. Harris bounce passes it. That's not going to go. And now the other way. Bounce pass through on the reverse. No good on the shot. The Indians able to keep it away, and now Corey, Dana McCoo sprinting the other way, going coast to coast. And now Hollins can't get it. The ball's loose on the rebound. Kept alive by the Indians. Mattis Fern will get the rebound. Harris between the circles, cuts, and throws it away. Hollins couldn't corral the pass. 2:54 to go in the second. 15-7 the score. Bulldogs coming up the floor. Decker finds Jansen. Jansen swings it across. Carter Holthouse catch and shoot three. He knocks it down. And the Bulldogs bring the game back to a 5-point game here. 15-10. 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Mattis Fern nearly lost it. Now trying to go to the lane. He can't put it in. And the Bulldogs going to come back down the other end of the floor. Braxton Decker finds Jansen. Jansen, three ball coming here from Carter Holthouse, knocks it down. 2-point game. No time, still no timeouts have been taken by Cole Schumacher. 2 minutes to go in the second. The Indians clinging now to what is all of a sudden a 2-point lead. It was 1 point, 12-2. Now it's 15-13. The Bulldogs are on a 13-2 run. Here's a catch and shoot three for the lead, doesn't go. Rebound though does belong to Highland and Macklin Bell. Now the ball gets knocked free, but it's kept alive by Highland. Garrett Stone has it out beyond the 3-point line. Now back for Decker. Between the circles, looking around, fires it over to Stone. Minute 25 to go. Down into the corner, the layup is no good. Dana McCoo trying to do it all, going coast to coast. He puts it in and gets the bucket and the foul. There's a foul to play. It's going to be on Decker. His first. So McCoo will get a chance to finish the 2-point play. He's got 5 points now. He can have 6. A minute 17 to go and a half. And the first free throw goes, and the only free throw, goes down. Indians get the lead. They increase it just a bit. 2-possession game, 18-13, a minute 17 to play. Will Jansen has it out beyond the three-point line. Now kicked across for Powell. Powell gives it over to Decker. Decker bounce pass reverse out. Carter Holdhouse. Drives. Jumper. Not going to go. Rebound for Highland. For Harris. Gets it to McCoo. McCoo takes it all the way. Takes it all the way. And the Indians up 7. Under a minute. 40 seconds to play. McCoo has 8. Decker with 30 to go. Finds Fleming. That's Jansen. Now Powell. Spinning now between the circles. Working on Hollins. Gives it over to Jansen. Going to the lane. He gets fouled by Matthew Smith. Smith called for the foul. Jansen to the free throw line, 62.5% of the stripe this year. 12.9 seconds remaining in the quarter. Jansen misses on the first free throw. $12.9 to go. See if the Indians can get off one last shot or maybe a bucket before half. The free throw is no good. McCoo gets the rebound. Clock under 10, down to 7. Still clocking. McCoo throws it up with 3 seconds left. It goes off the rebound. They'll throw up at the buzzer. It doesn't go, and it goes into the Indian student section. Time off the clock. And we are headed to halftime. The Indians up by 7, 20-13. We'll have the second half for you coming up. The Indians up 7 at the break. Ready to go. Back start of the second quarter start of the second half, excuse me, from Highland High School as the Indians and the Bulldogs wrap up the season series. Indians trying to salvage a split of the season series with a win here tonight. Bulldogs will take possession coming out of the break. They get it inside. Garrett Stone goes up and in, and Highland strikes first in the second half. Garrett Stone puts it in for two. Only one timeout by the coaches was taken. Corey Harris going to get denied by Grant Fleming coming down the floor to start the second half. Gerald Crumble throws it out for Smith. Smith's going to get it over to Harris. Now back to Smith. Smith trying to drive, kicks it back out. Crumble. Gerald Crumble into Matthew Smith. The Indians haven't made a substitution all night. Corey Harris back out for McCoo. McCoo head fake on a three. Now takes it in. Finds Harris underneath. Back out for Crumble. Goes up. Knocked away. And here come the Bulldogs down to the other end of the floor. They get it over to Braxton Decker. Decker going to give it over to Grant Fleming. Fleming swings it over to Holthouse. Holthouse looks underneath for Stone, but he ends up throwing it out of bounds. Bulldogs coming down the floor. McCoo gonna go step back. Now looking, hooks it across to Jarrell Crumble. Crumble goes over to Matthew Smith down to the corner. Smith has to pick, finds Harris. Harris on the drive. Lost the basketball, and it just barely tilts over the out of bounds line. The ball was loose on the floor, and it just barely rolled over the out of bounds. 6:25 to go, third quarter. 20-15 Indians. They look inside. Decker can't get it to fall. Good rebound there by Matthew Smith. They get Crumble ahead on the outlet. He's got to get it back to McCoos in the corner. Gives it back for Crumble. Crumble moves left side. Going to float one up. Doesn't go. And a rebound for Garrett Stone. Stone able to get it ahead. Here's Fleming back it away. Cuts through. And he gets his own rebound. But the ball stripped away. Jaden McCoo knocked it away. McCoo going coast to coast. Doesn't go. Foul called at the end of the play. It'll go against Highland. Grant Fleming called for it. It's his third. Crumble's going to give it up to Matthew Smith. Ball got knocked away by Stone. Nearly still fell. Ball coming down the other end of the floor. They find Carter Holthouse, who puts this one up and in. It's a 4-0 run to start the second half for the Bulldogs. 20-17 the score. 5:25 to go, third quarter. Matthew Smith gets it to Hollins. Hollins, first touch of the game, of the half. Here's McCoo. Gonna go to the left side, down to the baseline. Now cuts it back over to the right wing. Smith trying to drive, ends up pulling it back beyond the arc. They get it to Crumble. Crumble gonna go over to Hollins. Hollins dribbles, free throw line jumper. Steven Hollins knocks it down. And the Indians get on the board in the second half. Hollins, by the way, 12 points on the night. He has had a night. 12 of 22. That's been very solid for Highland. Jada McCoo has 8. And the other 3 belong to Darrell Crumble. Ball gets kicked to the corner. A wide open 3 now is off the mark for Braxton Decker. Here's Corey Harris trying to float one up. Doesn't go. And it goes out of bounds as Carter Holthouse had it, and then he fell out of bounds trying to save it. And the Indians keep possession, leading by 5. Here's McCoo. McCoo gets the ball deflected, a jumper from the corner. Coming the other way, Decker trying to go all the way, doesn't go. Tip back, not going to go from Jansen. Now they go to Crumble, and Crumble gets the bucket in transition. 24-17, Tribe leads. 3:55 to go. Third quarter of this game. They look across, and now they find it. It's knocked away. Kept alive by Fleming. Fleming gonna swing it across, throws it away, and it goes to the Indians. And the Indians will use their first timeout. The first timeout for the Indians that they have used in this game, so only the second coaches initiated timeout of the game. This game has flown by. .338 to go third quarter. The Indians ahead by 7. .338 to play. .333 to go third quarter, 24-17. Corey Harris gonna reverse it, looks to Matthew Smith, and Matthew Smith gets a bucket. Corey Harris found him. Good work there by the Indians, 26-17. Indians on top. Ball gets brought back into the backcourt. Here is Porter Holthouse. Jansen gives it over to Decker. Decker between the circles, 3 minutes to go. Fleming spinning, top of the key. Indians have held Grant Fleming, the leading scorer for Highland, to no points tonight. Trying to get behind it. Ball comes loose on the floor. Scramble for it. It's loose. Picked up by McCoo. He gets it over to Corey Harris. Out to Hollins. And Hollins walked. A scramble for the ball. It came back the other way, and Stephen Hollins couldn't keep his feet set. Garen Stone comes into the game. He'll send Holthouse to the bench. So it's gonna be Highland ball. Decker gets it over to Decker. It's gonna go up, deflected away. Matthew Smith with the deflection. And we're gonna have a foul. That'll be against Decker. Second foul of the quarter for the Bulldogs. Second of the game for Decker. 2:18 to go, we're in the third. Bounce pass over to McCoo. McCoo gonna go now baseline. Looking around, finds Smith underneath. Foul going to the basket. Third of the quarter for the Bulldogs, second of the game for Garen Stone. Matthew Smith at the line to shoot. 73.7% shooter on the year. And he misses the first one too strong off the back of the iron. Second free throw goes down nicely. So 27-17, 2 minutes to go. Coming up the floor, Garen Stone. We're gonna have a Highland timeout. Their second of the night, and it's gonna be a full timeout. So the Bulldogs take a timeout. Indians up by 10, 27-17, 1:54 to go in the third.
Need a morning cup of joe? Feeling tired after work and need an afternoon pick-me-up? Scoot on around to Scooter's Coffee to satisfy your caffeine needs. Scooter's Coffee, located across the street from Mascoutah High School, is serving up hot, fresh coffee, cold, refreshing drinks, and a variety of foods such as breakfast burritos and muffins. Scooters is open Monday to Friday from 5:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on the weekends from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Scoot on around today.
Here we go, 1:54 to go in the third. Back here, Bulldogs have possession of the ball coming out of the timeout. 1:47 to go, third quarter. Garen Stone has it between the circles, trying to find somewhere to go. He'll throw it across left wing. Now back between the circles again, gonna go over and across for Carter Holdhouse. Holdhouse looks inside, foul is called, it's gonna stay with the Bulldogs. This will be on Crumble. First foul on Crumble, first of the quarter for the Indians. Ball in the hands of Macklin Bell. Now they get it for Fleming. Holdhouse dribbling, finds Fleming. Fleming spins around Hollins, looks for Stone underneath, and that one goes in. Garen Stone picks up two. And now the Indians ahead. Here's McCoo. McCoo looks, now finds Smith, back to McCoo. McCoo gonna roll off a screen set by Smith, who then gets it back to him. Smith for three, airballed. Bulldogs on a rebound back the other way. Under a minute to go in the third. Ball gets thrown up. Here's Fleming trying to reverse it. Put back though good from Belm. 27-21, 28 seconds to go. Crumble gets it out to Harris. 20 seconds to play in the third. The Indians will have the ball to start the third quarter. Ball coming the other way. Harris gets it to, now coming into the lane. Harris jumper doesn't go. Ball gets knocked down by Stone. Throws it off the Jumbotron. And as we go to the fourth, the Indians lead 27-21. The final frame is next on the Indian Sports Network. 27-21 as we come back here on Indian Sports Network. Glad to have you with us. Glad to have you aboard here tonight as the Indians and the Bulldogs. Now, you can't forget, no lead is safe in this rivalry. The Indians led by 8 with 25 seconds left in the thriller back in Mascoutah in December. As Jada McCoo going to go to the corner. Stephen Holland's at corner 3. It's short. But the Indians led by 8 with 25 seconds left in that game. Now the Bulldogs will go outlet down the other end of the floor. And Carter Holdhouse is going to pick up 2. The Bulldogs, of course, won that game in overtime. Now the ball is loose. It goes off the foot of Garen Stone and out of bounds. Indians will keep it. So we are going to see how this progresses here. Jada McCoo looking to go left, gets it out to Hollins. Hollins gives up Crumble. Crumble driving, finds Smith. Smith has it, comes knocked away. Bulldogs stack the other way. The Indians lead only 4 here, 4 minutes to go. Grant Fleming between the circles. Looks over, has Belm. And now we're going to have a whistle blown. Darrell Crumble's going to get called for a foul. That's the second of the night on Crumble. Underneath they look, they find. Here's Fleming, top of the key, spinning, looking, Stone, up and in. 2-point game. 27-25, 6:45 to go, we're in the 4th. Ball comes free, they kick it out, Hollins. Hollins trying to find somewhere to go, now looking. Hollins bounces, nearly threw it away, but Harris was there, he threw it right past Crumble. The Indians haven't made a substitution all night. McCoo through the lane, knocked away, no foul called. Decker going the other way. Decker. Excuse me, I want to remind my statement. They have substituted Mattis Fern. Came into the game a little bit earlier in this game. Other than that, that has been it. Fleming. Looking around, 5:57 to go. 27-24, three-pointer, no. From Holdhouse, but the rebound belongs to the Bulldogs. Put back by Stone is no good. And the rebound to the Bulldogs again. We're going to have a jump ball, I think, is what they ruled that. Bulldogs bat, they rule Bulldog ball. I think it's a jump. I'll see if they switch the arrow. And they do. So it was a jump ball. The arrow favored Highland. Now it's back to the Indians. And a foul is called here. This foul will go on Matthew Smith. 5:41 to go. Keep in mind that this game is close. Both teams are very rich in timeouts. The Bulldogs still have 3. The Indians have 4. Stone at the line for 2, and he misses on the first. That's big for the Indians. Stone 63% of the line this year. Stone hits on the second, but the first miss is big as that keeps the Indians ahead by 1, 27-26. 5:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Hollins looks, that ball's knocked away, back the other way, Holdhouse into the lane, throws it up, and the Bulldogs lead. 28-26. It's the first time they've led since it was 2-0. Harris, bounce pass, Crumble. Looks against it, gets to McCoo. McCoo reverse back to Harris. Harris into the paint, throws one up off the glass. He draws the foul. 28-27, 5:03 to go. The foul is on Holthouse, who's got 14 points tonight, his first on a foul. It's the first foul of the fourth quarter for Highland, which means with 3 timeouts and only 1 foul, they can stop the clock 6 times before the Indians have to shoot automatically. Jada McCoo apparently has blood. And it looked like they thought Jada McCoo had blood on him, but apparently not. 28-27, 5:03 to play. McCoo, or Corey Harris rather, buries the first free throw. We're even at 28. Gonna be it looks like this one, despite the low score, gonna be a thriller to the end as well. Highland and Mascoutah can't get much better than that here in mid-January. Harris buries both. 1 point game, 29-28. 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Lot of time to go. Braxton Decker. Grant Fleming now left wing. Holthouse dribbles, turns, throws into Stone, power dribble, goes up to work against Smith, puts it in. Bulldogs lead 30-29. 4:35 to go. Defensive game in Highland. McCoo to Harris. Baseline trying to drive. McCoo, Harris gets it out for Smith, over to McCoo. McCoo looks to the corner, Hollins, 3, got it! Stephen Hollins knocks down the 3. The Bulldogs take a timeout. The Indians take the timeout. It's a full. We'll take it 2. Stephen Hollins hits the 3. The Indians are on top by 2. We're back in a moment on the Indian Sports Network.
Do you ever find yourself not wanting to cook tonight? Well, lucky for you, Mascoutah offers so many good food options such as Spuds. Spuds is a locally owned restaurant that serves the biggest and best baked potatoes that you will ever try. They also serve a variety of paninis, salads, soups, and so much more. Spuds is located in downtown Mascoutah, and they are open Monday through Friday from 10:30 to 8 p.m., Saturday 11 to 8, and Sunday 11 to 2. So the next time you're craving a potato, make sure you come down to Spuds.
Bulldog basketball coming out of the timeout. 4:11 to go in the game. Indians on top 32-30. 3 timeouts remaining aside. Garrett Stone throws this one up, doesn't go. He gets the put back. And this time with a rebound, we're going to have a foul coming down. Or is it a jump? It's a foul. And it's on Highland, and the Indians are going to get the ball back. Second foul of the game on Macklin Belm. Corey Harris going down the floor, sends McCoo spread into the middle of the floor. They get it to Matthew Smith. Smith gets it out, looking around, trying to find somewhere to go. Finds Hollins down to the corner. Gets it up to Jada McCoo. 3.5 minutes to go to the fourth. McCoo goes across. Crumble. Hollins. Three. Buried! Stephen Hollins! 35-30. 3:15 to play. Coming back the other way. Sends it across. It's Carter Holdhouse. Holdhouse, it's loose. He keeps it alive. Stone underneath finds Fleming. Fleming floats one, and it took into the fourth quarter, but Grant Fleming, the Bulldogs' leading scorer, scores for the first time. 2:48 to play in the fourth. Corey Harris between the circles. Gonna go, looks up, finds Hollins. Hollins into the paint. Now pulls it out, gets it out to Corey Harris. 2.5 minutes to go. 3-point game, 1 possession. 2:25 to play. McCoo kicks it back out for Crumble. Crumble back to McCoo. McCoo gets it out to Corey Harris in the backcourt. 2:13, now 2:11. Indians winding time down with a long possession here. Harris into the backcourt. Ball gets knocked away. Was tipped into the backcourt behind the timeline of the Indians regroup here. And now the Indians will take a timeout. Indians had nothing developing, so Cole Shoemaker will take his timeout. .154 to go, 35-32. Again, no lead safe. Indians had an 8-point lead with 25 seconds to go in the thriller back in Mascoutah. I don't know how many times I've said that tonight, but I feel like I can't say it enough. 1:54 to play. Ball gets thrown out. Holland's going to bring it up the floor. The Indians also hold the possession arrow on a jump ball. Something to keep in mind the later we get into this game. Both teams 2 fouls. 3 timeouts, Bulldogs, 2 for the Indians. Crumble. Now back out for McCoo. McCoo going to go into the lane, trying to float one, doesn't go down. Up the floor come the Bulldogs, 1:25 to go. And we're going to have a timeout, Highland. A full Highland timeout with 1:21 to go. We're going to step aside the Indians and the Bulldogs on the Indians Sports Network.
From the auditorium, where we show the passion and hard work of our students, to the classrooms, where our faculty dedicate themselves to shaping the next generation of scientists and engineers. From the weight room, where we inspire our students to be a better version of themselves, to the courts and fields where history is made and memories are saved. From representing our school to just being a part of the community, we are Mascoutah, the high school of choice.
One minute, 21 seconds to go. The Indians lead the Bulldogs 35-32 here in Highland. You couldn't get more drama than this on an MVC Mega Night. Highland has the ball. It's Braxton Decker coming up the floor with it. One possession game. Bulldogs need a 3 to tie. Out in the backcourt, it's Braxton Decker. It's Belm. Decker over to Belm. Here's a 3. Got it. Tie game. So a 3-pointer. We're tied. Ball comes loose. Kept in bounds by Darrell Crumble. 35-0. Ball knocked away. They say it was tipped as it went back across the timeline. Highland is infuriated. 35 seconds to play. McCoo takes it into the lane, out for Crumble, back to McCoo. 23 seconds to go. McCoo into the lane for Harris. Under 20 seconds to go. McCoo, Harris, still at nowhere. Harris, back out to McCoo. 10 seconds, we're tied at 35, and finally Grant Fleming fouls. 8.7 to go, stops the clock. 8.7. We may be looking at another overtime finish in Highland. They get it into McCoo, 7 to play. McCoo, 7 seconds, 4. McCoo throws one up, and it doesn't go! And that'll do it! We're going back to overtime! 35, and we're going to overtime again in Mascoutah. Nothing resets. Fouls stay the same. Timeouts stay the same. But nothing resets. The fouls carry over to the fourth quarter. Or maybe they don't. Excuse me, I'm wrong about that. They've reset them on the board. I don't, but they do reset. Four minutes of overtime. 35-0, and apparently everything resets. Both teams will have 3 timeouts. So I apologize for my incorrectness. But another overtime game. Matthew Smith will go against Braxton Decker. On the opening tip-off of overtime. Here we go. Oh, and now they put back on the board the fouls from the fourth quarter, so I was correct that nothing resets. First bucket goes to the Bulldogs and Grant Fleming. Coming up the floor, Stephen Hollins. Hollins across to Harris. Harris underneath, it's stolen away by Fleming. Fleming again, Stone, 39-35. Here's Corey Harris. Harris. Hollins to the lane, gonna get knocked, deflected away. They send it ahead for Braxton Decker. A minute gone into overtime, 39-35 Highland. Fleming dribbling it out between the circles. 2 possession game, 2:47 to go. They look inside here, and now that one is missed, and we have a foul. They say Matthew Smith fouled Macklin Belm, and they're going to call the foul on Corey Harris. So Belm will shoot 2. Belm 69.2% at the line on the year, puts this one in. Second free throw doesn't go. Corey Harris gonna come down the floor. Harris. Looking, trying to find somewhere to go. Harris spinning through the lane, goes up, deflected, away by Decker. 2:20 to go in overtime. 40-35, ball gets knocked out of bounds by McCoo as he nearly stripped it away from Grant Fleming. Highland's going to take a time. Highland's going to take time out. And in this place, Mascoutah, with 2:12 to go, down by 5. It's a lot of time. But they would need something to go their way, which has just not happened here in overtime. Bulldogs get it in. Coming out of the timeout. Decker has it. Decker now finds it. Holdhouse down underneath. Gets it back out for Fleming. Under 2 minutes to go. Foul on the Indians. They'll put this one on McCoo. It's his second of the night. Bulldogs will have it on the fourth. Bulldogs will have it on the far sideline. Indians have one more. Indians are out of fouls to give. They do, however, have 3 timeouts left. They find underneath. It's a wide open Macklin Belm who puts this one in. 42-35 Highland. Here's McCoo missing on the layup. Down the other way, Grant Fleming. Fleming to the lane. Up and in. 44-35, 9-point game, 90 seconds. Highlands. Crumble driving. Trying to get it up, gets it into the lane, puts that one in there for 2. Minute 15 to go, the lead is 7. Garrett Stone coming down the floor with a minute 10 to go. Decker gets to Belm, gets to Fleming, Fleming up and in. And it's 46-37, 9-point game with a minute to play. McCoo trying to get to the lane. The Indians need something. Harris, 3, got it! Timeout! Mascoutah. 2 possession game and a 3 from Corey Harris. 51.8 seconds. We'll see if the Indians can keep something going here with 51.8 to go. Cole Shoemaker can just, no way Cole Shoemaker is happy with the performance of his Indians tonight, especially in the fourth quarter. It's another fourth quarter, I don't want to say disaster, but that wouldn't be all that much hyperbole to say. 51.8 seconds to go. 46-40 is the score. Highland on top. And now we're going to have a whistle blown as the ball gets, and a couple of players go flying into the Indian bench. Jada McCoo going to get called for the foul. That'll put Highland in the bonus. Braxton Decker will shoot 2 free throws. 50 seconds to go. Decker will shoot 2 free throws. Bulldogs will play 3 men back to try to keep the Indians from getting something off. Decker's first free throw is good. (47-40). Second free throw doesn't go. McCoo got the rebound. Harris will go, shoot the three-pointer, not gonna go. Smith gets the rebound, gets it out to Hollins. Hollins puts up the three, contested, it's good! The Indians are within 4, 30 seconds to go. Ball gets knocked out of bounds and it goes to Highland. 30.2 to play. 47-43. It's a 2-possession game. They get it out. Now they look across. Ball's tipped and it's out of bounds. It stays with Highland. Indians down 4. Or down by 4. Ball gets knocked down and a foul is called. This on Matthew Smith. The Bulldogs will shoot free throws again. Garrett Stone will go to the free throw line. Stone makes the first. Second free throw, good. 49-43. Here's McCoo, way downtown free throw. Kept alive. Grumble will foul with 14.5 seconds. Decker will go to the free throw line. 14.5 to go. That likely will ice the game for Highland, who will get their 11th win of the year, their 5th win of the conference. The Indians will fall to 10-6. And Highland will sweep the season series from the Indians. The first free throw is no good from Decker. Second free throw good. Indians come down the floor. 9 seconds to go. The outlet pass goes ahead for the Bulldogs. Decker goes up, puts it in, and that's going to do it. The Indians drop this one tonight by a final of 52-43. The Bulldogs sweep the season series. And they beat the Indians tonight by a final score of 52-43. Another tough loss for the Indians tonight. We thank all of you who joined us tonight. The Indians fall to the Bulldogs 52-43. Your final score from Highland. Owen Dressler saying good night from Highland.